Hello, friends. This is me, Giuliano, and it's a Monday. It's the 17th of January, and I'm here to share with you Bitcoin price chart for an update on what's going on locally. I'm going to share my screen, so thank you very much for being here, and I hope this brings you some educational, entertainment, informative value. Stay tuned also for a weekly roundup. I'm going to take care of some of these price charts on a longer term scale. The altcoin price charts, some popular ones, but for now, back above 42. Interesting. All right, let's take a look on the Bitcoin price chart, like really what's going on here. Okay, where are we? Yeah, I was just doing a bit of measurements, trying to see like what's happening. It seems like we're moving to the downside. Have we carved out our 2 to 4 trend line, that kind of thing? So let's take a look here in this potential third wave of a 5-wave C wave, of a potential flat pattern here. These are the ideas we're just going to remind here. And so if you're just checking this out for the first time, thanks for being here. Subscribe, make a comment, like the video. I think we're going with this one right now. Most recent 4-hour daily weekly. Yeah, cleaned it up. Was wondering what's going to happen when we were over here. Just want to bring to you the value of the cloud. Sometimes cloud can be very helpful to remind you that there is resistance here. Yeah, it's possible to push through it, but when the price is simultaneously making this lower high here and then rolling over, that's not a good sign. Yeah, so so far we're not far from where we expected. Let's see. Let's figure out ourselves this 2 to 4 trend line potentially. So maybe the price is moving from here to the downside further. So we'd start to say like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave of the intermediate 3 wave would be happening right now. This 5 wave of 3 wave. So here, let's count it out. We have it for the bigger move from the top. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the basic idea. And again, if we look for a time horizon, this yellow line here is generally the A plus B equals C. Then this tealish line here around so that one, the A plus B equals C, end of January, around the 23rd, 24th, there it says. 7th of February around here is A is 0.382, B is 1, and C is 0.618 when the A ends a little earlier. And then finally here, this purple line is the entire move up from 2020, March of 2020, until this peakish shear in April of 2021 is equal to this time here from this peakish April of 2021 till this purple line. So yeah, this is a zone here we're looking for, definitely as the turnaround zone. It lasts a month because the end of the purple line is around the 28th February timeframe. So there you go. So now potentially we're in this third wave of this 5-wave C wave. All right, let's throw in the moving average and the Bollinger Band as well, because as you can see as well, Bollinger Band is breached to the downside. So what kind of an impulse move are we having? Is it possible it's done? Possibly it could be a fake out and then it's going to go back into the cloud. Other option is maybe the 2 to 4 trend line is not ready yet. Maybe the 4 wave of this bigger red 3 wave, maybe that wave is not maybe it's not complete here. Okay, maybe it's not complete here. Maybe it'll be complete somewhere else. Maybe it'll be over here. The price is going to go attack again here into this area and then come down or whatever. That's the point, is we don't quite know yet, but there's a good chance we are based on what did this 2 wave look like. Now this potential that this 4 wave is complete. So yeah, let's look at what are some levels that we might hit. Now, this is the main possibility. The other options are we are making a higher low than this and really confirming it and pushing higher. That's the third option, which is not as likely. And then the second option, I can't even remember because this first option seems pretty decent. Oh yeah, the second option is we're still figuring out where is the 4 wave. We're not quite in the 5th wave yet. We're still working out the 4th wave. That was the second option. Okay, so this 5th wave, where might it lead? Well, what we'll do is we're going to compare the 1 wave with the 3 wave and then with the 5 wave. When we look at it on the 4 hourly here, the 1 wave is not quite 161.8. So if it is the extended wave here, this 3 wave, sorry, is not 161.8. It's just 1-to-1 of the 1 wave with some wickage. Because when we take it with closing times and everything like that, it's just like a little bit more than 1-to-1. And that means the 5 wave, you know, look, the point is, because here, when we go with the 5 wave, if it starts here where, let's say, the 4 wave ends with this trendline touch point here, well, 1-to-1 with the 1 wave, so like 3 would be extended, we could expect maybe the 5 wave would be 1-to-1 with the 1, maybe 61.8 of the 3, whatever. This, you know, the 1-to-1, okay, it brings us to a 38,000 level. That's pretty decent. If we bounce off that 38,000, I guess we're not going to go that high for the big red 4 wave. I'm guessing it probably wouldn't go much farther than this like 42,000 level, maybe even less, and just finally dump with it. You know, who knows what it's going to look like, but yeah, I guess 38,000 is a decent level for a completion of this red 3rd wave, which is the potential of what we're seeing here. Okay. However, there are other ways to do some fib extensions. You know, do it with the closing prices, do it on the daily, and it lands somewhere around this 37,000. So I think that's really all I have to say. Is there's a good chance for coming here. It's showing the potential of it, Fibonacci wise, in terms of an internal relationship between the 1 and the 5. If the 3 is the extended wave. If 5 is extended, though, I think we're going to see something a bit deeper, and that'll lead us probably to around the 35 or 34 levels. And then that'll be a harder grind out of there to the 4 wave, or through the 4 wave down into wherever the 5 wave is going to be. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to look like, obviously, but this is the general sense of what we're getting, and it seems to be confirming it. It's not for sure, but let's go to the daily. But all signs continue to point to this continuation of a move. Now, yeah, we'll see what it ends up looking like. Like I said, this just could be a higher low, and then we continue out of this current trend line paradigm. Okay. But yep, bias is to the downside currently, and then out of there, break this 0 to 2 trend line to get to the 4, and then we'll come down into the 5 somewhere, and then we are out of here. Is a guess, a first guess. Obviously, if it's a flat pattern, that seems about right and proportional to everything else. If we are expanding the whole wave format, and whoops, that's a bit too big. If we're expanding, that was a bit of a flattening. Yeah, if we're expanding the whole wave format, this huge corrective pattern here, beautiful. This market structure is interesting, and I look forward to bringing you more, but I think that's basically where we are. I don't know exactly where the price is going to go, but those levels there are pretty solid, and you know what to do for yourself. And if you don't, you better study up, because none of this financial advice. And pause your screen, look at some of these levels, juice. And yeah, this red one's here, the 886, maybe it can even reach there, but 886 of this B wave retracement to 886, the purple one 786. Yeah. Anyway, okay, that's about that. I'm gonna just show you one example more line. So here's some other possible thinking. On the daily chart, this three wave wouldn't even be over yet. And it is interesting that on the daily, it wouldn't quite show 5 waves. But anyway, yeah, because we're saying this is potentially the 5th wave that we're in now of this 3 wave over here. Otherwise, it looks more like a zigzag, right? With this like elongation. So what do we have here? On a closing basis on the daily, 1, 2. So we have the 161.8 as the 3. So either the 5 is going to be 261.8 of the 1, or it's going to be 161.8 of the 3. Okay, or it's going to be 1-to-1 with this 1 wave. So if it's 1-to-1 with this 1 wave, and we're starting here, okay, this is going to be our 2 to 4 trend line here now. And I'll give a little talk about the 2 to 4 trend line as well, I guess. Okay, let's go into it. But first, we'll talk about the level. 1-to-1 with that. Okay. We took the 1 wave, compared it to the 3 wave. The 3 wave was 161.8 of the 1 wave. Why are we not seeing this? We'll put it on the daily, that's fine. Oops, nope, not true. Oh wait, yes, sorry, yeah, what am I saying? I'm on the smaller degree. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that type of idea. So where is this 5? We would say potentially here, because if it's 1-to-1 with this 1 wave, since the 3 could be extended with a 161.8, which is a likelihood, then yeah, then closing basis on a daily, we might be down here at the 39.5. And then that might bring us up back to these types of levels here, 41, 42, and then crush back down at the end of the 4th wave into our 5th wave. That seems to be what it's looking like so far. All right, cool. I hope that makes sense for you. That's a 1-to-1. Now, it can't be a 161.8 compared to the 1, because that would mean it's equal to the 3, and then we don't really have an extended wave. And that doesn't really work as per Elliott Wave principles. So for that to happen, and notice I'm measuring it from here, not from here. Why? Because of the 2 to 4 trend line. So we're gonna get that in a second. So yeah, if you want, obviously, if you want to know more, go to the horse's mouth, Glenn Neely, and Mastering Elliott Wave, discussing Neowave ideas. Okay, so it can't be this 161.8. So the other option would be a 261.8. That seems too deep for this whole move, because then we're already at 34. We're already around this 88.6 retracement. However, having said that, let's imagine the 3 ends here. Okay, now the 4 would have to break this whole 0 to 2 trend line, and it would have to break it fast. It would have to like really go up hard and fast. I mean, it might, because look, you're retracing off of this 88.6 region that's already known to be a strong rebounding region, and then it'll come back down and do, you know, some people will call it the secondary test there, or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I have the name on my tongue, but I'm not going to fish for it right now. So yeah, but based on the Neowave principles here, we've got a potential 0 to 2 trend line. We're going to build the 2 to 4 trend line, but until then, you know, this 3 to 4 wave, it would have to break or bounce off of roughly in this region, most likely. That's fine. So yeah, it could come up to this 40K level type of thing, and then come back down, and it would be basically back testing this low, a secondary retest or whatever. And yeah, there you go. Then it could bounce off, and it would be a type of failed move that I could definitely see that too. That's super possible. If this, especially if this whole red 3 goes super deep down to a 261.8 of this first wave here. And let's just, for fun's sake, see what would that be. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. What would that be in relation to the 3 wave as an internal relationship? it would be same, right? Obviously, I just want to show you that these fib numbers 261.8 and 161.8, when relating to like a 161.8, 261.8 is a 161.8 to to 161.8. So interesting. That would be 161.8 of the 3. So that's the only other option that I was seeing. That's a, yeah, I don't want to give it a probability in terms of where is this whole move going to end, but I feel like we haven't done anything here, and I feel like we would get some support at these levels. Come on, even on a daily, must be. So I get the sense that this would be the region. So in that case, not really seeing this level. So in that way, maybe the idea again comes back to something like take the 1 to 161.8. One wave is 1, 3 wave is 161.8, 5 wave is going to be 1 to 1 with the 1 on an internal relationship, starting here from where we would say that the as per Neowave principles, this is basically where the 5 wave, this light 5 wave would be beginning. So we can measure from there, let's say, and 1 to 1 is about a closing daily basis around 39.5. Okay, maybe it wicks down here into the low 39s. I don't know, but 161.8 it can't be, because that would be equal to the 3. So it would have to be a 261.8, which is the other potential option, which would be 161.8 of the 3 down here, and that's around the $34,000 level. So those are basically the two ideas. So I'm going to give this as the more close and likely, because it fits with this whole structure and it makes sense. I get that. It's cool. I'm good with that. All right, but anyway, even if it's not, you see, you can have some levels set. Good to know. Until then, let's see what happens. Let's see what plays out. I don't think I have, oh yeah, 2 to 4 trend line, friends. All right, let's do it from escape. Let us just get rid of these for now. And in terms of all the other, how do you say, the other indicators and stuff like that, we've got, lower end of the Bollinger Band. We'll see what this looks like. I mean, look, 39.5 is at the lower end of the Bollinger Band. Let's see how it interacts down there. And then the other thing is, yeah, like 200-day is so high, Ichimoku is so high, but it's coming down hard. So there is going to be this 4 wave. I won't be surprised if it interacts on some level near this Ichimoku, but then again, who knows? We're going to see. It might not be have enough time to reach there. Anyway, okay. So 2 to 4 trend line. I'm going to get rid of Bollinger Bands, 200, and the Ichimoku cloud. I'm going to get rid of this channel. Just hide it for, actually, let me just extend it first. And I'm going to hide it. Actually, I'm probably not interested anymore, but it doesn't matter. This is our potential 0 to 2 trend line, which will then form a 2 to 4 trend line. So we're going to take that into consideration as we talk on a smaller degree here, one lower degree, where we're talking this whole 3rd wave, the red degree, now has these 5 waves. And we can say, okay, it started here because that's based on that 0 to 2 trend line. We would say, okay, started here, we had a 1 wave, a 2 wave. So here is where we start this. It would have a 0 to 2 trend line of its own. Okay, boom, okay. And then at some point it gets broken after, a noticeable 3rd wave. Gets broken. So now we are saying, okay, likelihood that we are in that 4th wave, wherever it can be channeled, okay, or trend line touch point, okay, that becomes where this potential 4th wave ends. So all along here, we were like, oh, maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. Oh, maybe it's here, especially when it had that inflection and came down. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Okay, and you would have said that. You would have said that on the 13th of January, maybe even on the 14th of January. I don't know what the candle is doing, but let's just say here in terms of closing basis. But now here it has broken to the other side of this potential. Sorry, we didn't do it right. Thanks for catching that if you already caught it. This 2 to 4 trend line potential was broken out. So then we can't say this is where it is because the price action went to the other side of it. So, and you would say the same thing if it was an impulse going the other way. And you can work these ways with the zero to B trend lines and that sort of thing. Anyway, so even if it was going this way, you would amend your 2 to 4 trend line to go here, because now after the price touches here and goes off, it's here. If the price continues to go up, then it's very good likelihood this is where the fifth wave starts, and the fourth wave ends. If not, if it goes here first and then goes, then this is where you would bring your 2 to 4 trend line. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's the little idea of 2 to 4 trend line. So currently we're here with our 2 to 4 trend line on the BTC, down moving impulse, potentially wave here, big red 3 with the potential fifth wave of the lower degree. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here if you're watching this, and I hope it's been useful to you. Let's see what continues as we move forward. That's the BTC talk, and stick around for more. I'm going to come around with the weekly roundup and more. Wait, let me just make sure that I close this out properly. And until then, I just want to remind you, yeah, thanks for any comments and likes and all that good stuff. I'm going to save this. Here's our progress. Woo, good. Yes. Save, baby, save. It might give us a problem. Anyway, whatever. We can get that back another time. All right. Yeah, until next time, wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Goodbye.